Is you're telling people that you went to a cult mixer in 2007 and there were three high ranking Democrats there who are, to my knowledge, extremely connected to Hillary Clinton. And Keith Raniere, I do not know everything about this subject, but I hear he was run out of Arkansas. I hear he's from New York. So the question there is, for how long has Keith Raniere been doing nice things for Hillary Clinton? And what are those nice things?
Well, I remember that dude from there used to be those stupid, what was it, like, not Factory Direct, but there was those dumb commercials back in the 80s that I remember that would be on, like, the USA channel at real late at night or whatever. But you could see him on these commercials. He's just this geeky kid with glasses and with this old man that was there, and it was like this really weird thing. I don't know if you've seen those commercials.
No.
But I remember him, and I'd always be like, who the hell is this guy? Like, who's this geeky, nerdy dude?
Well,
And I don't know. It just seemed weird to me. And then to see that the guy's like a leader of a sex cult is even more just preposterous to think about, because the guy, I don't know. Like, it's just a whole weird. It's just weird.
I also think it's very weird. But we need to find out why really creepy things connect to Hillary Clinton all the time.
Yeah.
I'd like to know why. And when we go everywhere saying, you guys are probably pretty interested in this. This is in court right now, is it not? Right? They're looking into this. They want to solve this problem that there's this sex cult that brands women, traffics kids, and then I feel like they just want to keep the politicians out of it.
Sure. Well, that's the other thing, is they don't want any outsiders as well, because I think they might just have all the actors that they need.
That's what I think.
And then, on top of that, I mean, I've called the New York DOJ. I've called Washington. I've tried to contact Jeff Sessions.
Mm-hmm.
All these people. I don't get any words back or anything like that. I don't even know if they even put eyes on the situation. Who knows?
Other people really react to that. Some love it, some hate it. And I'm regularly dealing with people who just hate me. I understand. I'm telling the truth. That's very upsetting. I get it. But sometimes it's like, whoa, like, what did I do? Calm down. I feel like the NXIVM Mixer is so important. Like, if this were a novel, because to me, this isn't journalism. This is like art. So if this were a novel, like the book would start at the NXIVM Mixer, it would end at the NXIVM. Like, everything's about the NXIVM Mixer, because I think it means something. Because they're trying to prosecute, I guess, because I don't believe the news. They're trying to have Allison Mack go to jail and Keith Raniere go to jail, and then leave Hillary Clinton nice, wide, and free, and all her friends, so they can keep going to Comet Pizza or go to the art gallery where they give them $100,000 for a little pizza with Marina Abramovic. So I just feel like that what's screaming here is that the government is eating children, and I'm not even sure. I don't know if they're vampires. Okay, I have not ruled that out.
Right.
Okay, because I was a celebrity photographer. I was in the atmosphere. Okay, those are not normal people there.
Right.
I'm telling you have. I'm not going to speak about your experiences, but whenever I went to a Getty Images celebrity event, I knew everybody would be a psychopath, with tiny little exceptions. And very quickly I was like, I have to get drunk if I'm going to get through this, because these people are insane and they're evil. I mean, I've already told you that, and it's like, this is a media party. This is supposed to be amazing. This is supposed to be fun. Summer in the Hamptons. And it was the worst. It's just the worst people. So I got to the point where I was like, I love this job. It's exciting. It's thrilling. It's challenging. My stuff's in magazines. But I hate these people.
Yeah. You're obviously, you're propping them up in a lot of ways. And it's just,
yeah,
it's interesting. I mean,
I didn't feel good about that. But you just strike me as somebody who really wants to tell the truth. So I'm completely taking it face value. I have listened to your story about the NXIVM Mixer. I've corroborated it. Checks out as far as I'm concerned. So I really do want to show people that what you're saying is the truth.
Okay. Yeah.
So the way you're interacting with my project is saying something very big about you. Everybody is having this like totally different reaction. So I'm suggesting that what you're saying is true. That since you're like standing your ground and being you, a lot of people are going to react to that by exposing themselves.
For a little bit.
You're saying a week before your birthday. Your birthday's February 16th.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just say that there was your two friends, your girlfriend and her friend, brought you to a mixer in February 2007 in the greater Yale area. You showed up.
That's the thing, because it was in Hamden, and Hamden's next to New Haven. You know, it's Hamden's right next door. So I would say it would probably be like more in the greater New Haven area, because Yale is a small area in New Haven.
Okay.
And by the way, if Yale wasn't there, New Haven would be a complete ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you go on the outskirts of Yale, it's a bad city. That's
Okay.
a bad ass. It's no joke.
Okay.
But when you're around Yale, it's like you're under this cloud of protection all the time. I mean, I think that's the only reason that the New Haven has a police force, because Yale's there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so so you found yourself one evening in February 2007 at a 2-bedroom apartment, kind of nice apartment. Now, what was the okay, so just so I can say for anyone listening, this party seemed to be a recruitment party for rich Yale girls. You didn't seem terribly welcome there because you're not a rich Yale girl. And while you were smoking on the deck, Stormy Daniels showed up with her big black bodyguard. She seemed really nervous. Later, Eric Schneiderman, the disgraced New York Attorney General, showed up. Eric Schneiderman. And then Anthony Weiner and Huma Abedin showed up. And they all, from the sense I get from your stories, it feels like they were staff or something, you know, working with them to recruit Yale girls. Yeah,
they were definitely. It was, you know, you had mentioned the word harvest before. It was like they were just trying to harvest rich kids.
Why are New York politicians in the greater New Haven area part of an organization trying to harvest girls from Yale? I mean, that's really the crux of it. I mean, we can go over it a lot and, you know, talk about what Eric Schneiderman was wearing and, you know, what time he came, what time he left. You know, you have an amazing memory for details, which is, I really do want to hear more about this mixer.
I probably have Asperger's.
You probably have something, because your details, like, they think you're crazy because it's never happened, and then they think you're crazy because it's too many details. Okay?
I get it.
So either way, but your details are amazing. I like the details.
When it comes to the crux of it and the way that I had written out that whole thing, I mean, it does read like fan fiction.
It does.
But the way that I wrote that thing, I was trying to cover all the avenues of my thought processes and how it all came out. And I basically wrote it in a manner that if someone were to read it, it would eliminate them trying to re-ask just questions that have already been gone over within the write-up. There is a couple of guests that I've been leaving out of the whole thing.
Okay. Your friends?
No.
Okay, so there's other people there.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the side to it that, you know, well, like I said, you know, I got this whole experience I'm trying to tell people, and nobody's approaching me, and I got a golden nugget of what everyone really, really wants to hear.
So you're holding back on us.
A little bit.
Okay. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. However you want to do it. All right?
Well, that's the thing, because this is kind of like the bonus round, and
Okay.
I haven't really written any of this stuff down, but um, I sort of have a reason for that, because if no one's approaching me on this stuff that I already have, adding this other stuff to it, they're either going to say, well, you're just trying to get more attention or something like that.
Okay.
But the other people that were at that party was you had because I looked at pictures of these people. I started looking at pictures of all these NXIVM crew and stuff like that, and the people who were affiliates.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, the Bronfman girls were there.
Oh.
Claire and Sarah.
Okay.
I thought when I first saw them, I just thought there was some dirty Yale hippies. I thought they were just some rich chicks who, they were overly feminized and didn't give a crap about any dudes in the room or anything like that.
Okay.
Nancy Saltzman was there.
Okay.
She was mixing drinks. It was like she was a den mother.
Okay.
I talked with her for a split second because I thought she was, I was just like in the back of my head. I'm like, who invited this librarian here? This mean librarian.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other person that I spoke with was James Alefantis.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Really.
And that was the one where when I started looking at pictures of that guy, I'm like, yeah, that guy was there. And I talked to him. And as a matter of fact, we talked about, guess what? Pizza.
Can you share the nature of your discussion with James Alefantis about pizza?
So when he introduced himself to me, he says, I'm James and blah, blah, blah. I own a pizza place down in D.C. And, me being, I've worked in kitchens and I've done culinary stuff for about 20 plus, almost 20 years, I'd say.
Okay.
Pretty close to 20 years. And so I've had experience working in pizzerias and things like that. So
Okay.
The discussion, I think, I was talking about East Coast pizza versus West Coast pizza and how West Coast pizza just sucks and why it sucks. Because I think it's all about the pH of the water. It's something about the mineralization. Because on the East Coast, you have a lot of like hard rocks and things like that. So like the rainwater and stuff that you use is more mineralized. But on the West Coast, you don't have a lot of those craggy rocks and things like that. And so there's a kind of different mineralization in the water. I think it affects the pH. And so when you mess with the pH of when you're rising dough, like using yeast and stuff like that, you get a different texture to the crust. His recommendation was that when you make the dough, when you mix it all up, was that you add soda water instead of regular water, and it makes the crust crispy. Now,
you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up.
Check this out.
Now that's a scoop.
Was both the Bronfman girls were wearing just like these really oversized, it looked like XXX Hanes white T-shirts.
Okay.
Really big T-shirts. Nancy Saltzman was wearing a T-shirt. She had the sleeves rolled up and then it was tied off at one side. She had a bunch of bartender girls with her. It looks like she had like gone around the local New Haven area and just grabbed a bunch of bartenders from the area or something like that. Maybe hired them on or something like that. But it was just like, pretty girls. You could tell they had that kind of bravado of being a bartender. And then Alefantis was wearing a tight white T-shirt, and he had like one of those little bead necklaces on. And there's something about white T-shirts. I don't know.
So there's lots of oversized white T-shirts at this party.
It was not oversized. He had a tight white T-shirt, but
lots of white T-shirts.
Bronfman girls, it looked like they were wearing like XXX white T-shirts.
Sounds weird. Okay, so the Bronfman sisters, Nancy Saltzman, and James Alefantis are all wearing white T-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Anybody else wearing white T-shirts?
No. And I wonder about that because you look at some of these ritualistic pictures that they have, and usually, like white is within their rituals is like it's an initiation thing. And then the other side of that, like I said, Nancy Saltzman seemed like she was a den mother. I almost wonder if she was maybe some kind of au pair for Alephantis and the Bronfman girls. I wonder how far back their whole relationship is, because I've heard that Alephantis is probably a Rothschild. So you wonder if all these people have been hanging out all their lives, and this is some kind of just weird, stupid thing that they do just to play with people or whatever. I don't know.
You mean recruit girls from Yale?
Yeah.
Just hey, let's do a sex cult. Let's get some really rich girls from Yale.
Yeah.
And
And if you target it right, I mean, Yale is full. You have some people who are there off of a scholarship. I get it.
Okay.
But a lot of those girls there, they have these CEO dads.
Yeah.
Or they have judges as grandfathers, or they're people of influence.
Yeah, of course.
They do have influence over communities, and they don't even realize it because they're just the kids of these people who have influence. But they still have that influence. And I think that was part of their target, was that you find these girls and stuff like that who have these CEO dads, or have people that you can milk some money off of somehow, or tap into their emails and try to figure out some kind of information or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they were always looking for money. No question about that.
But I remember talking to that dude, and he had the gap tooth, and looking at pictures of him, and it's like, yes, that dude was there.
James Elephantis. He's like a hipster, is he?
He was Mr. Cool Gay Guy, yeah.
That's history. That's my definition. I learned yesterday, and this could be wrong, that NXIVM gave Hillary Clinton $30,000 in 2008 for her.
It was probably more than that. I bet that's what they reported. I bet it was probably more.
Again, I don't know what to believe, but there's a lot of talk of NXIVM delivering money in 2007, 2008 to Hillary Clinton. So that crowd was very, very, very much, I think, under Hillary Clinton, or the character Hillary Clinton. I don't know. I don't know it's real. But, all right, so Hillary Clinton was like a silent presence in the room in a way, because those were her cohorts.
I guess. I mean, I don't know what Saltzman's connection with Hillary is, and with the Bronfmans, I don't know what their connection with anyone is really.
But Huma's like, I read.
She's definitely connected.
I'm very curious about her. I know you only met her, but Huma, supposedly at their wedding in 2010, Hillary said, "This is the daughter. It's my second daughter here, Huma."